Hey everyone, so in this video, just like the last one, we're going to look at how to solve trig equations again. And in this case, we are particularly interested in the equations of the form y equals a cosine bx plus c, bx minus c, okay? So we're going to look at, in particular, this example here where I have y as cosine x equals negative root 3 over 2, all right? So think about what we did when we solved the equations for sine, right? We're going to pretty much follow the same procedure here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ignore that sign for now, that is negative, right? I'm just going to I'm going to solve the equation for cosine x prime equals root 3 over 2. What is this x prime here? Well, x prime is the reference angle. Okay. What do we know about reference angles? Well, we know that reference angles are positive and they are acute. So basically they lie in the first quadrant, right? Because once I have the reference angle, then I can figure out, if based on what the sign is, I can figure out what other quadrants they lie in and what are the corresponding angles. So if I want to solve this, right? So what value of x prime will make cosine of x prime to be root 3 over 2? And if you recall from your table, you will notice that cosine of pi over 6 is equal to root 3 over 2, right? So I know that cosine of pi over 6 is equal to root 3 over 2, which means that x prime is is pi over 6. Okay, so my reference angle is pi over 6. Now, step 2, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to find all solutions in one revolution, which is from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, now if I did that, think about again, what do I want here? I want that cosine is negative root 3 over 2, all right? And my reference angle is pi over 6. So where is cosine negative? Well, cosine is negative here and here. So in quadrant 3 and quadrant 4, okay? So what is my angle going to be in quadrant 3? Well, in quadrant 3, my angle is going to be in quadrant 2, my angle is going to be pi minus pi over 6, and in quadrant 3 my angle is going to be pi plus pi over 6, right, which comes out in this case to be 5 pi over 6, and in this case it comes out to be 7 pi over 6. Okay, so my solutions are cosine of 5 pi over 6 is equal to root 3 over 2, or negative root 3 over 2, and also cosine of 7 pi over 6 is going to be negative root 3 over 2, right? So in this one cycle, right, or one period or one revolution, what I have is I have x equals 5 pi over 6 and x equals 7 pi over 6. Okay, so then what happens if I try to find all my solutions, right? So step 3 is finding all solutions. So remember, just like sine, cosine also has a period of 2 pi. That means 5 pi over 6 plus 2 pi will end up in the same terminal point as 5 pi over 6. 5 pi over 6 plus 4 pi will also end up in the same terminal point. So basically, adding any multiple of 2 pi, I'm going to end up with the same point. Same with 7 pi over 6. And so my solutions to this equation are going to be x equals 5 pi over 6 plus 2n pi, and x equals 7 pi over 6 plus 2n pi. What is n? Well, n is just an integer. Okay, so these are all the possible solutions for the equation cosine x equals negative root 3 over 2.